1982 didn't just add new tracks to the rock playlist, it rewired the whole sound. These are the songs that roared out of basements, blasted from Camaros, and spilled out of radios from coast to coast. From bone-rattling stadium anthems to riffs sharp enough to cut through static, these 10 hits made the year unforgettable. Drop the needle, crank the volume. Here are 10 songs from 1982 we'll never forget. Number 10, I Love It Loud. Kiss some songs don't just ask for attention, they demand it. In 1982, Kiss blasted I Love It Loud onto Creatures of the Night. All thunderous drums, walls of guitar, and a chorus built to turn arenas into echo chambers. This track wasn't made for radio, it barely made the Billboard charts, but it became an instant classic for the Kiss Army. A permanent fixture in every live set since. Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons wanted to bring back their heavier edge, and with producer Michael James Jackson behind the board, they delivered a sound that felt like a stadium shaking apart. The video, a mainstay of early MTV, doubled down on spectacle. Full makeup, strobe lights, and post-apocalyptic swagger. It was also the last time the original lineup would appear in makeup together, before their unmasking era began. Critics thought Kiss was fading out, but I Love It Loud became the ultimate fan anthem, one that fans still scream back with fists in the air, loud and unapologetic as ever. Number 9, Bad to the Bone. You know this one before the first lyric hits. Bad to the Bone is pure swagger, a blues rock riff that transformed George Thorogood from Delaware bar band hero into a household name without ever cracking the Hot 100. Released in 1982, the song's dirty stop-start groove was inspired by Muddy Waters, but Thorogood doubled down on attitude, writing the whole thing in a single sitting. The music video is a mini-movie with Thorogood hustling legendary bluesman Bo Diddley over a pool table, all cigarette smoke and side eyes. It was heavy rotation on MTV, and soon, Hollywood came calling. By the 90s, Bad to the Bone became the unofficial anthem for every tough guy, outlaw, and scene-stealing villain in films from Terminator 2 to Christine. What it lacked in chart stats, it made up for in pop culture presence. Drop those first 5 notes and everyone knows what's next. A showdown, a smirk, and trouble walking in the door. Number 8, Everybody Wants You. In the fall of 1982, Billy Squier owned rock radio. Everybody Wants You stormed the Billboard mainstream rock chart, spending 6 straight weeks at number 1, and its sharp staccato riff turned dorm rooms and arcades into makeshift arenas. MTV played its split-screen black and white video on repeat. Mirrored Suits, Attitude for Days, cementing Squier's place as one of the era's great performers. The track was lifted from his Emotions in Motion album and written entirely by Squier himself, who sharpened the stop-start rhythm until it hit like a series of punches. While it only peaked at number 32 on the Hot 100, rock fans knew better. This was the kind of anthem you clapped along to, knowing the downbeat was coming like a freight train. Decades later, the song still thrives in playlists and cover sets, proof that sometimes raw hooks outlast the trends. Cue it up now, and you can almost feel the stage lights brighten 2 stops before the chorus hits. Number 7, Centerfold. A cheeky lyric, an irresistible hook, and a sing-along chorus. Centerfold was one of the most undeniable tracks of 1982. Written by keyboardist Seth Justman, the song tells the playful tale of a man discovering his high school crush in an adult magazine. Delivered with Peter Wolf's sly vocal, it struck the perfect balance between humor and radio-ready rock. The gamble worked. Released late in 1981, Centerfold climbed to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in February 1982 and held the top spot for 6 straight weeks. Its mix of pop sheen and rock swagger made it one of the year's biggest songs, and MTV gave the band constant exposure with its quirky video. It wasn't just a chart topper, it was a cultural earworm. High school dances, roller rinks, and jukeboxes couldn't get enough of that na-na-na-na chorus. Today, it still has the power to turn a room into a sing-along. Drop the needle, and instantly everyone remembers why rock could still be fun. Number 6, Hurts So Good. Few songs captured Heartland rock's charm, like Hurts So Good. John Mellencamp, then still going by John Cougar, co-wrote it with George Green and cut it with producer Don Gaiman for his breakthrough American Fool album. The result was a track that blended bar band grit with pop polish. Released in April 1982, it peaked at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and sat there for 4 weeks, only blocked from the top by Survivor's Eye of the Tiger. It also went on to win a Grammy for Best Male Rock Vocal Performance. The lyrics walk the line between playful and sly, making it as fun to shout in a crowd as it was to spin on a turntable. More than a chart hit, it was the anthem that introduced Mellencamp to mainstream America and set the stage for classics like Jack and Diane. Even now, those guitar stabs feel like an invitation to roll the windows down and sing like nobody's listening. Number 5, Abracadabra. By 1982, the Steve Miller Band had already conquered the 70s with classics like The Joker and Fly Like an Eagle. But Abracadabra proved they could still cast a spell in a new decade. Written solely by Miller, the song leaned into synth-driven pop rock, giving it a slicker sound that perfectly matched early 80s radio. Released in June, it climbed to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 for 2 weeks, and became a worldwide smash, topping charts in Australia, Canada, and Switzerland. The track's hypnotic groove and unforgettable chorus gave it an instant hook, while its playful lyrics, part romance, part magic trick, ensured it stuck in listeners' heads. The song wasn't just popular, it was everywhere. From mall speakers to roller rinks, Abracadabra soundtracked the summer of '82. Some critics called it lightweight, but its cultural staying power speaks louder. Drop it on now, and the shimmer of those synths pulls you straight back to the neon glow of the early 80s. Number 4, Rosanna, Toto. Sometimes a rhythm can define a song. For Toto's Rosanna, it was drummer Jeff Porcaro's legendary Rosanna Shuffle, a fusion of Bernard Purdie's halftime groove and John Bonham's swing that turned the track into a masterclass in feel. Layered with David Page's keyboards, Steve Lukather's guitar, and soaring vocals from Bobby Kimball, Rosanna was built to last. Released in the spring of 1982 as the lead single from Toto 4, it quickly climbed to number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100, where it stayed for 5 weeks. The song's mix of slick studio polish and heartfelt delivery made it a crossover favorite on both rock and pop radio. The following year, Rosanna won the Grammy for Record of the Year, solidifying Toto's place in rock history. The song's namesake, often rumored to be actress Rosanna Arquette, only added to the mystique. Spin it today and that shuffle still pulls listeners forward, proof that sometimes one groove can change everything. Number 3, Jack and Diane.
Jack it gon' be.
If Hurts So Good made John Cougar a star, Jack and Diane made him a storyteller. Written entirely by Mellencamp, the song captures the bittersweet tale of 2 small-town kids chasing love, dreams, and the reality of growing up. Its iconic chorus, "Life goes on, long after the thrill of living is gone," hit harder than most arena anthems. Released in July 1982, it topped the Billboard Hot 100 for 4 weeks, becoming the biggest hit of Mellencamp's career. The song's acoustic guitar foundation, paired with its hand clap breakdown, made it both intimate and anthemic. Originally, the track was nearly cut from the album, but producers pushed Mellencamp to finish it, and the gamble paid off. Decades later, Jack and Diane is considered one of the defining songs of American heartland rock. Every lyric feels like a snapshot of adolescence, and every chorus is a reminder of how fast it slips away. It's more than a hit, it's a rite of passage in song. Number 2, I Love Rock and Roll. Sometimes a cover becomes the definitive version. That's the story of I Love Rock and Roll, originally recorded in 1975 by UK band The Arrows. Joan Jett first saw it on British television, tucked the idea away, and years later turned it into her anthem. Backed by the Blackhearts, she cut a raw, snarling version in 1981, and by early 1982 it was unstoppable. The single shot to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and stayed there for 7 weeks, dominating radio and jukeboxes across America. Its black and white MTV video, leather jackets, attitude, and a jukebox performance made it one of the most recognizable clips of the era. The song's 3-chord riff, combined with Jett's rebellious vocal, turned it into a mantra for teenagers, garage bands, and anyone who felt rock should be loud, simple, and unapologetic. Decades later, it's still one of the most covered songs in rock history. Play it today, and those opening chords remain a challenge and a celebration rolled into one. Number 1, Eye of the Tiger. No song defines 1982 quite like Survivor's Eye of the Tiger. Commissioned by Sylvester Stallone for Rocky III, the band received a rough cut of the film with a request: write something that sounded like a fighter's heartbeat. Guitarist Frankie Sullivan and keyboardist Jim Peterick delivered exactly that: a marching riff, pounding drums, and a melody built to fuel training montages and locker rooms alike. Released in May 1982, it dominated the Billboard Hot 100 for 6 weeks at number 1, and finished the year as the second biggest single overall. It also earned a Grammy nomination and became a global smash, topping charts in multiple countries. Beyond the numbers, it became shorthand for grit and determination, blasting from gym speakers, pep rallies, and movie trailers for decades. Few songs capture triumph as directly as this one. From the first chord, it feels like the bell just rang and the gloves are up. Play it now, and you're not just listening to a song, you're stepping into the ring.